Well, here we are again in the collection, and we're with the little Austin A30 that made Brocky famous in the late 60s. When he bought the original car, he fitted a Holden engine in it and went out and raced in sports sedans in Australia, and from 112 starts, 102 wins with this little car. So when I was fortunate enough to meet Peter Brock, I spoke to him at an event in Sydney where he was competing at Oran Park. When I met him, I asked him if he could still remember how to build the A30. And he said, "Why would you ask that?" And I said, "I'd like to build a little car to represent that car that made you famous with your race cars." And a few days later, he rang me up and he said, "Look, on one condition to build this replica or tribute car," he said, "that I build it for you." So that started my relationship with PB. We had many great moments putting this little car together over the next 12 months. I was very fortunate to get to go to Pete's place, stay with him while we built this car. I was fortunate enough to get a couple of laps at Bathurst in here as well, so that was an amazing time. Here we go, Emma. This little A30, Formula Blue, the colour that Brocky wanted it painted. And when we built this tribute car for Pete, it was amazing because it's got Harrop brakes, an XU1 engine in it that pull a bend out of a river actually, like it's fast. When Brocky said, "We'll build the car, find an A30," and he said, "It needs to be a 54 A30 two-door." So that was really hard, and I thought, where do I buy an Austin A30? So the first thing I could think of, I bought a Unique Car magazine and I found the Austin A30 club, and I rang the president. I said, I'm looking for an A30. So I rang Brocky up and he said, "Yep, where is it?" And I said, "It's down at Geelong." So I flew down and Brocky's picked me up. When we turn up on this farm to have a look at this little A30 in the shed, there was 4 of them. So Brocky's looking at all 4 and he's looking in them and everything, and he said, "I want this car." And he said, "There's just something about that car I really like it." The guy came up to Brocky and I and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I bought that car from 2 kilometres from your house, from where you was living with your mum and dad. And when I bought it, they said, whatever you do, don't let those horrible Brock boys get it. They'll chop it into a race car." True story. And there it is, back into a race car. Probably always will be one of my favourite collectible cars. I hope that whoever gets to own this little car enjoys it as much as the experience that I had, and the great ride and the great journey I had with the man himself on putting it here.